Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of July 18th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
Nicole Eridix is away this week. As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give in to our obsessing. And today we're obsessing about how annoying we are to our kids. Always.
Yes.
Last week, you may remember, so of course you listened to every episode, so you will remember that we talked about an article from a mom who identified 10 battles she's opted out of. It's called 10 Ways This Mom Has Stopped Annoying Her Teens. Well, what fun is that? And we were so obsessed with it that we only managed to get through 5 of the ways last week. So as promised, here are the remaining 5. The first one is, I will let them take long showers. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care about showers. I would like them to take them, but I really don't pay attention. My husband pays more attention. The problem that we have with showers, and this is something that I have, that I do very much annoy. For some reason, the drain in the shower in my kid's bathroom is constantly getting clogged. So I will get complaints that the water is rising. The water is rising. When I take a shower, my feet are covered. And all this. And on the one hand, I don't want them to have a wet shower floor that they then slip on and hit their heads, and then we have more problems. On the other hand, I really don't want to call a plumber over and over and over again to snake the thing out.
Right.
And pretty sure it's my daughter's hand, and she's the one who complains about it the most.
Right.
And I'm like, well, just stop shedding. Maybe I need to get her a shower cap. I know when I take a shower, probably because I'm an old lady, lots of hairs come out of my head when I shampoo, and I wipe them onto the wall of the shower, and then I go back later and I pull them off. I don't let them go down the drain. And it's just like, or maybe it's that she uses too much soap. My son never complains about it, but I don't want him standing in a foot bath either.
Right.
So, we'll get it fixed, and then weeks, months after, my daughter will say,
It's happening.
the drain's not working very well. And then we'll say, can we put this off for a while? And she'll say, sure. Then a couple of weeks later, drain's getting worse. And I mean, I can sympathize with her. I would not want to have, but at the same time, why does this keep happening? What are you doing? So we're at that point again. Oh gosh, just bought a car. Do I really have to call a plumber? So that annoys it. I mean, she's very sweet about it, and we've been through it a number of times.
Right.
But I understand that she's annoyed. She understands that I'm annoyed. We're sort of at an annoyance impasse.
Right.
Do you have shower issues with your kids, or do you just say, as long as I can't smell you, and as long as there's still hot water for the next person? I don't know.
Yeah.
Rules about showers?
I mean, it's okay. For a long time, it was like, I would happily let them take a long shower if they would take a shower.
Exactly.
So,
yes.
But that's kind of, we've moved on from that now.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I mean, the thing that both of mine will do because we all use the same shower, the thing that both of them will do that annoys me is leave an empty bottle of shampoo or conditioner in the shower. Be like, I need more shampoo. And recycle it when it's empty. Yeah. And also use it all. If there's an inch in the bottom, you can still use that. Right. So right now there's, I think, 5 or 6 of my son's products in there, and all at various stages of full or empty. So that's where we have.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
I think my daughter keeps track of the shampoo situation in their shower, and buys stuff for herself, and if she sees her brothers running out, she buys something for him too, because she enjoys going out and buying things.
Right.
So, yeah, I haven't had to worry about that too much, but That would be annoying. Yes, if you were using the same things, or just being lots of things that you can accidentally knock down.
Yeah. There's only so much room in there, and everyone has their own separate product too.
Oh dear.
So,
yeah.
I mean, now that my daughter isn't here, we're down to 3 of us with our individual items.
Yeah. Well, we at least have ours split between 2.
Right.
But we have nice shelves in our shower, so it's pretty nicely taken care of. Right. But that is an issue for sure. The next thing on this list, which is number 7 on her list, is I will let them stay up late. Sure. We have a weird situation in our house in that my daughter has always just fallen asleep like around 9 o'clock. That's when her body clock says, ding, sleep.
Done.
So now she's maybe trying to stay up till 10:30, but staying up late has never been an issue for her. We will just say, oh, where is she? And we go and look in her room and the lights are out, she's in bed, she's gone, she's out. My son, on the other hand, when he was a baby, we adopted him when he was, I guess, like 8, maybe 21 months old. But he still was very small and developmentally delayed and stuff. So we would put him down in his crib at night, and we would not hear anything from him until we went in the morning. And I don't know, I never knew if he slept or if he just rocked himself back and forth, as he probably did in the orphanage. And, I noticed that, like, the back of his head would be a little singed sometimes because he was rocking so much. But he would not say anything.
Right.
He would just rock. So I think I've mentioned before here, I would go to the doctor and they'd say, how many hours does he sleep? And I would have to say, I don't know.
Right.
I put him down at this time, I pick him up at this time, and in between, maybe he sleeps, maybe he just rocks.
Because this was before the days of the video monitor, so you weren't able to
We had no way of knowing, and of course you don't want to peek in, because if they're sleeping. So it's the same thing. I mean, he will say around 10 or 11 o'clock, I'm going to bed. We say prayers together. Off he goes. Maybe he sleeps. Maybe he looks at his phone. Not sure. He does like to sleep late, however. My daughter will wake up very early, obviously.
Right.
And he is more the typical young man being happy to sleep till noon if he can be allowed to do so.
Right.
So, which he's not, because that's my husband's thing. Not my thing. If you don't have to go to work, man... I was in your life at one time, and I would sleep that late also.
Right.
So, but staying up late is not an issue. Has it been an issue for your kids?
It can be. It can be because more so my husband than me cannot sleep well if someone is awake and wandering around.
That is not good.
So I have solved that problem with the white noise machine that I once recommended on the Roundup. Because I sleep better than my husband does. So, like, fine. But yeah, I mean, I sort of like you, I'm like, well, if there's no particular compelling reason to have to get up, then I have a hard time making the kid get up. Right. But at the same time, he does have bad, like, sleep hygiene. So, and I know that it would be healthier for him to be on a more consistent schedule and, go to bed earlier and all that. But I have a hard time enforcing it. And so that is a battle I have chosen not to engage.
That's fine. I mean, my husband and I are in a long, long habit of falling asleep on the couch and then getting up at like 4 a.m. and going to bed, which my daughter laughs at. But she doesn't get to tell us what to do. We don't tell her what to do. Works out fine. Right.
Everybody's happy.
Okay, number 8 on her list is I will stop asking their friends so many questions. And I would be happy to make that agreement if my kids ever had friends over at this point, which they do not. So occasionally I see their friends. I don't really talk to them. I'm talking to their moms. Right. So
you're getting the info from their moms.
Embarrassing mom, and I'm certainly not that embarrassing mom now. Right. Although my son will keep saying, "Stop doing that. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends," even when his friends are not anywhere nearby. Right. So I get tagged for it, whether I do it or not, is apparently the way it is. if I pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing
me. How could you?
So I don't even have to ask his friends questions.
Right.
I'm just, my very existence
is
an embarrassment.
Yeah.
So I'm talented that way.
Yeah.
Do you give your kids' friends the third degree, Catherine? I know you're snoopy and curious.
I am curious. I try not to, but...
Do you have a cool way to go about it? You just, look at their social media pages?
I do that sometimes, yes. But, I had a thing earlier in the spring where I drove a friend of my son's quite some distance, like almost a 3-hour drive. We were going to
such an opportunity.
Yeah, and I still, to this day, I'm like, wow, I asked a lot of questions. And she seemed fine
audience.
with it. Yeah, she seemed fine with it, but, I feel, as though I may have overstepped a little bit.
Was she sending texts to your son like, your mother is so embarrassing?
Stop. Oh, she was so sweet and friendly. I mean, it was...
Maybe she's just lying to you and just having fun.
Yeah, this is true. And it was all a conversation, I mean, it wasn't... I was perfectly willing to answer questions as well.
Did she ask you?
She did. I mean, we had some back and forth, so I think...
Well, that's nice.
I think it was okay.
This is how you get paid for driving people places.
Right.
Your toll today is 5 questions from me.
Right. Whatever I wish to discuss.
That is a delightful opportunity.
Yes.
All right, number 9 on this list is they can complain that there's no food if they want. I guess this is a thing. There's nothing to eat.
Nothing to eat.
There's just this full pantry full of
Exactly, because that's what it is, and that's what she says in the article. Like, I know there's food, and I'm not going to care if they stand around saying there's nothing to eat, and I'm not going to go in the kitchen with them and be like, how about this? How about this? How about this? How about this? Point out all the foods that are there. So I think this is a good strategy.
Yes, I think it is. It's not really an issue in my house at this time because my daughter will just go out and buy the snack foods she wishes. And so if something's not there, she goes and gets it for herself, which... I wish the thing was not here still, but if it's going to be here, you might as well pay for it. Honey. Right. That's great. And my son goes shopping with my husband, so if he has any objects of his personal delight that he wishes to have in the pantry, he can pick them up off the shelf.
He can request them at that time. Yes.
Came home yesterday with a family-sized thing of graham crackers that was about the size of like a high school yearbook. It was flat but wide, and it was so oddly sized. I'm like, what is that? And how many Weight Watchers points are graham crackers? Because now I want some.
They're not bad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, compared to like other cookies.
Yes. I'll enjoy me a dry graham cracker, but of course what I actually want is like my mom used to make, which is a graham cracker with margarine and cinnamon sugar.
Yeah.
That would not be so good.
Yeah.
I miss those. Those were the days. Okay, and the last one we have a problem with. I'm guessing we both do. I certainly do. It is, I will stop saying, when I was a teenager. And, well, my kids aren't teenagers anymore, so I don't say specifically that.
Right.
But
I was your age.
I remember. My last remaining brain cells still grasp the experience I had then. And let me pass down to you the wisdom of those ages, my dear, as my daughter slowly backs out of the room. I remember when I backed out of the room from my mother.
Right.
What goes around comes around. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not as bad about this. I think my husband does it a little bit more. But also, I mean, sometimes my kids are interested. They want to hear, like, well, when you were in college or when you were in school, what was this or that like? So sometimes they actually ask for it.
Yeah, but that's not really what we want. No. It's like, here's the way I did things. Either do them exactly like I did them or do them exactly differently than I did them.
100% do not do this.
Yeah, my daughter is always asking my husband things about his past, which he has absolutely no... He's not a talking boy. I keep telling you this. He is not a chatty boy. He does not want to chat with you about old days. If you want to do that, hey,
I'm here. Right.
I will chat until you are late to work. Right. He's a good man in so many ways, but he's not a chatty guy.
Yeah.
He really just wants to eat his dinner. He doesn't want to talk about where he went to high school or, what his mother did when he was 7, right. She just keeps at it. And I know it's just out of that genuine, I want to have a conversation with my dad. Yeah. Here's a good way to do it. But no. Not
working.
So I appreciate it, baby. I remember when I tried to talk to my dad. Anyway, that's a difficult one for me. I believe, although I know that, yes, it definitely so very much annoys the young people and annoyed me when I was their age. Right. But I'm still going to keep talking about when I was their age. So sorry.
Yes, you have some valuable insights.
The right snacks when they went out. I wonder if I could be bought. Probably not. But anyway, as we have said many times, it gives us stuff to talk about on our podcast, so it's all cool.
All good.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind. I'm sure their friends don't listen. We better hope. Because it would be embarrassing. So let's get out of here. That's it for today's Round 4. Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout-out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there on our Facebook page or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.